Alright, how's it going, guys? We are back, and today I'm going to be talking about the new patch that came out yesterday, actually, the 13.1b, which is the patch that has the item changes. I mentioned this in the video a couple days ago when I played on the PvE, that I was going to create this video going over my, full thoughts on all the items and what I think about the changes overall, so yeah, let's get right to it. So first off, they changed Eclipse, which is one of the main mythics I have been running this season. Basically what they did was they got rid of Omnivamp on the item, but in return they gave it 15 ability haste. They also made the CD of the shield active from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. So that's a really nice buff. And the new build path is now the same as Prowler's Claw, which is the Dirk plus Warhammer, which actually feels pretty good. I personally actually haven't even built this item yet because I haven't really played too much League these past couple days. I did actually get Chow on this account last night though, which is pretty nice. But overall with these changes, like with Kled, you never really cared for Omnivamp that much anyways, so like the Vamp getting removed is whatever. But getting the 15 haste is really nice. And then the CD is really nice, so overall I think this is a really nice buff, and I'm definitely going to be building it. It's just, yeah, as I mentioned, I haven't played too much yet on this patch, but overall, I'm pretty sure this item's just a big, a nice buff for Kled, because you're getting more valuable stats from it, and then the active is a shorter CD, which is really nice, and the build path is also really nice, because now you can actually just build a lot of long swords, right, and then go into haste early. So yeah, Eclipse looks really nice. They changed the Gourd Drinker Mythic passive. I mean, I don't even build this item, ever, so, and they just made the Mythic passive even worse for Kled, because, I mean, Kled, having the 7 haste was the only nice thing about this item, and now they're cutting it to 3 haste and getting 50 health. Which, the main reason why I don't even build this item to begin with is because it has health, and there's so much max health damage in the game, so I think this is overall just a nerf to Kled, and I wouldn't recommend really building Gourd Drinker ever. As I mentioned, I think Eclipse is better, or Prowlers, so yeah, I wouldn't really build this item ever. Ravenous, they changed the Vamp into just flat lifesteal now, so you don't heal off of your abilities anymore when you are wave clearing and stuff. It's only when you auto attack. Well, it's not like a... I mean, it definitely is a nerf, right? But with Kled, most of the time you're just going to be auto attacking anyways, right? And trades and stuff, so it's not that big of a difference, to be honest. They also made it so the cleave damage does trigger lifesteal, I'm assuming, on your auto attacks, so yeah, when you're autoing the wave, you'll still get a decent amount of value out of the lifesteal. And on top of that, they also gave the item 5 haste, which is also nice for Kled, right? Because, I mean, you just want haste early on because of how high your CDs are, so overall, you're going to get a little bit less healing from this item, but I still think it's worth the rush first item most games, so I'm definitely still going to be rushing Ravenous for most games. And now with how Eclipse is, at 2 items, if you go Raven to Eclipse, you have 40 haste just off 2 items alone, and then so you want Transcendence as well, that's 50 haste at your 2 item spike, which is really, really nice. Moving on though, they also changed Maw to not have Omnivamp anymore, and instead it has Lifesteal as well, which, as I mentioned, doesn't really matter too much for Kled because basically the same thing. You're just losing out on a little bit of extra healing. The one big change though is they got rid of the haste, but in return they gave it 10 extra AD. So I honestly don't know how great this item is. I mean, getting an extra 10 AD is nice, and I mean, you are getting haste from Eclipse anyways now, right? You're getting 15 haste, so you're technically losing 5 haste if you're going Maw now with Eclipse in the same build, but in return you're getting 10 AD. So I mean, it's probably still fine to run obviously into AP comps, because I mean, there's no other good MR item, but definitely is a little bit annoying that you're losing the haste, losing a bit of a haste, but getting 10 AD is still nice, so it's definitely still going to be a pretty nice item. Moving on though to Death Stance, I think this item is probably going to be dead now. They are giving it 10 AD and 5 extra armor, but they're taking the haste away from it as well, and then they're also gutting the takedown healing from 120% to 50%, so it already wasn't an insane item on Kled. I didn't mind building it in some games, but Yeah, I think with these changes, the item's just dead now. You're better off just building like Randuin's or GA now for armor items for Kled. So I wouldn't really recommend building Death Stance anymore on Kled with these changes. It's pretty trash in my opinion now. And then moving on to Cleaver, they actually just straight up buffed Cleaver, gave it 5 extra AD and 50 more health, so pretty nice. I'm definitely going to be building Cleaver more than I had in the past into like tankier comps. Honestly, maybe in some games, I might even just rush it in the tanks, depending on how I'm feeling and how good it feels, because I haven't really built it much yet. But I'll definitely start to build Cleaver more, so because of the nice buff. So yeah, they also made Grievous like wounds items have 40%. What's it called? Heal reduction again. Well, that's nice. There's so much healing in the game. So yeah, Executioners, they made the AD a little bit less. I mean, you're not really building Executioner much on Kled unless you have a ton of like healing, but having it back to 40% can be nice, I guess, in team fights later on. And then the one other changes that I want to talk about is what a reminder. I haven't actually tried this item yet, but what they did was they got rid of the attack speed, which I didn't even realize. So they got rid of the attack speed and move speed, but in return they gave it 30% pen. And then obviously it has the Grievous on it as well. And the actual cost is oh, it's 3k now. Oh, it was cheaper. But it gives, wait, how much AD does this item give? Not get AD. Either way though, since they changed Navori and IE to be working at 40% right now, there could be a possibility to go Mortal Reminder with like Navori after like Ravenous Hydra and say Cleaver for your Grudge. Or I guess your Mythic item as well. Or am I saying Cleaver? You don't need Cleaver if you have this, because it's their pen. Yeah, I guess you could go like Ravenous into Eclipse and then go like Mortal Reminder Navori. I definitely am gonna try that build out and see how it feels. I saw Mario was doing it the other day and it seemed decent, so I'm definitely gonna try it out, and I'll definitely make a video on it and let you guys know my whole thoughts. But I do think this item, it does look pretty good. And then it doesn't show on here for some reason, but yeah, as I mentioned, they also changed the crit items. So oh, here it is. Actually, never mind. Yeah, they changed Navori, so it's 40%. It works at 40% crit now. Same with IE. IE is you don't really need, but I think Navori with this build path could be nice for haste. Yeah, let me see quickly. I actually want to see how much. Don't look at these builds on. Alright, here, I'll just like open a new page. How much does Mortal actually give for? It gives 35 AD. Okay. Wait, no. Wait, the tooltip's not updated. What? Okay, the tooltip's just not updated, so I have no idea actually. I'm assuming it gives some AD because like why wouldn't it? But here I'll make a standard build that I think will still be good though. But I think it's gonna probably just be Ravenous Eclipse still. Especially with the change. Okay, I can't even spell Eclipse for some reason. But yeah, I think this is still probably gonna be like core in most games. Cause yeah, now it gives what 40 haste through these two items, which is really nice. So definitely go Rav Eclipse. Third item, I'm thinking it might start being Cleaver. Could still be Grudge, so like I'll put both in here. Like it depends on how greedy you want to be. Like Grudge obviously still has more burst, but Cleaver having 50 AD now is definitely like something to keep an eye out for, because it also gives 10 more haste. So I'm definitely gonna experiment with both of these, but you can definitely go between the two, because yeah, Cleaver is also 100 gold cheaper. So I might actually do something like this. I might go yeah Rav Eclipse Cleaver, and then if they have a lot of AP, I'll probably still just go Maw. And then probably like a Randuin's or a GA last for armor. I'll just put Randuin's for now, but yeah, something like this could be a pretty solid build. In the tanks though, one thing I haven't even mentioned about this video, the item didn't get changed for melees or anything, but I have been actually running Bork recently into tank matchups, and it actually feels pretty good. So what I've been doing is that since obviously like my whole argument before was like Bork never gave haste, so I thought it was like always like pretty trash, right? But now what I've been doing is I've been going Bork Rush into Lucindy boots actually for the 20 haste. And I've been doing this in the tank matchups. And it actually feels pretty good. Like, obviously, the actual build path at the start feels kind of meh until you actually finish the Bork. I mean, getting pickaxe and a longsword early on is not bad, but the recurve bow's kind of whatever. Damn Scepter's also kind of whatever, but yeah, once you get to the item spike, it actually feels really good. And then I've also been going Prowlers a lot with it as well, just for the extra burst. You could also go Eclipse, like, they're both fine. But I've been doing something like this and then going like a Grudge third. I'm going like super high damage. This is kind of like my old Renekton build that I used to go all the time when I used to play Renekton. And it feels really good until like, yeah, beefier comps. Like, you just completely melt them. And it's a really nice 3 item core. And then 4th, 5th items, you can at least do like your regular like Maw. You can add in a Ravenous in here as well. Like, sometimes what I'll do actually, I forgot about this item for some reason, but sometimes what I'll actually do is I'll do Bork into Ravenous into Prowlers. Like this. This is actually more standard. I actually forgot about Ravenous for some reason. My brain like turned off. So actually, I'd recommend going Bork into Ravenous and then into your Prowlers and then go Grudge 4th. But this just has a lot of like good like tank shredding. And I definitely recommend trying out this build if you guys haven't already. But yeah, these are definitely the 2 standard builds I'd say. Only difference, obviously, as I said, you can probably go GA if you want more damage instead of going for random ones for more beefiness, but I definitely wouldn't go Death Stance anymore. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as I mentioned, I'm gonna have some videos out in a couple of days going over the items and stuff. Like, I'll definitely try out that crit build. I'll try out yeah, these more standard builds, and I'll definitely let you guys know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a helpful video, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, guys.